There's only a few more minutes, but I have a politics thing that's not politics.
Oh,
Donald Trump truthed. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and any other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America.
All right. So what happened was, I'll give you the timeline quickly since we're short on time. Obama was doing a podcast interview type thing, and there was a lightning round, and they said, "Are aliens real?" And he said, "Yes, but I've never seen them, and they're not buried under the ground at Area 51 or whatever it's called."
Unless they're hiding things from the president.
And what he meant was that, sure, in the vastness of the universe, there's surely aliens, but I've never met them, and they've never been here as far as I know. That was essentially his answer, but they read it wrong, and he had to come back and clarify that later on. And then Trump reacts to that by saying, that's classified information. He's not allowed to release that. He's not allowed to talk about that. And they're like, so you're saying there is information? Well, I'm not saying anything of the sort. You know, I'm more concerned with illegal aliens. And they're like, but sir, if it's classified information about aliens that he's releasing, I'm not really going to talk about that. I'm just saying he shouldn't have said that. He's in big trouble. We'll see what happens with all that. And sort of threatened Obama.
A lawfare threat. Yeah.
Nothing because he's a pussy. Yeah, nothing.
Of course. So I'm sure like he got tons of people and saw that there was tons of interest in this. All we're going to release is that we've seen stuff that we don't know what it is. We have definitely not met little green men. There are no little green men. If all of that is anything, it's way more likely that it's like time travelers that are humans coming back for some reason here than aliens from another fucking star system.
How do you possibly say it's more likely?
Because there's no way there are aliens coming here from a star system.
Why would an alien coming here be less likely than a convoluted time trial or time travel thing?
That's what I believe, Taylor. That's what I choose to believe.
I'm fine with that.
I think that those are future humans coming back to our time with their advanced technology. And I think maybe they live in the, or if it's not that, I also have an inkling that it might be
indicators. If time travel ever existed, you would see indicators, right?
What kind of indicators do you think you would see?
You would see people coming back. People would come back and attempt to change.
What if they're coming back from 100,000 years in the future to just do a little historic viewing? Or maybe
I don't think that's realistic. Like they would want to change things in a big way, right?
Why? Like, how do you know that things didn't go splendidly?
I mean, who's to say? Maybe things go splendidly, but
if there's time travel, then there are huge laws. If there is time travel somewhere in the far future, one of two things is true: either there is no time travel because we've never seen a fucking time traveler, or time travel is so tightly regulated that they can't reveal themselves. They can't alter. If they altered history, we wouldn't know it. Just so we're clear, like if they went back and maybe Lincoln wasn't supposed to die.
And made the Bruins win the 2019 Stanley Cup.
You wouldn't know it. Like maybe they went back and made the Blues win because and we wouldn't know. It would just have changed.
They won from grit.
So either one of two of those things are true. I also like the theory that it's people living down in the bottom of the ocean. Maybe some sort of other intelligent species, either from this planet or from another, that's taking up shop down in our oceans, and they're like popping up to take a look around, every now and then. The same way we explore the deeps with little submersible autonomous things that go down, the little robots. Maybe they do the same with the top side, because you would imagine if they are some sort of people who live down there under those depths and they're like blobfish, if they come up here and get decompressed, they get all blobby. So they'd have to send little unmanned probes. And so that could be the unmanned aerial phenomenon or the unidentified aerial phenomenon that they're always seeing.
I don't know.
Tracking.
It seems like an underwater civilization would be inherently limited due to the fact that they can't properly utilize things like
I didn't say they evolved under the water. I say they live under the water, whether to hide from us or because they prefer it or something else. Maybe they're in some sort of atmospheric condition they've created down there. Like you ever see the movie The Abyss? That's what it's about.
Yes, I have, and
Maybe it's in this scenario.
It was fine, but
It's tremendous.
it seems
James Cameron is
more
visionary.
likely that we never cracked time as a concept than it is that like all the time travelers in the future came back and like made retarded little changes.
Well,
Like,
another thing to consider is, all right, so think about it this way. Like, you would imagine a time travel device is probably a very expensive mechanism, since we can't even imagine how.
Initially, but it's probably eventually like a microwave.
Well, you say that, but like maybe it's more like a space shuttle, in that only like one country at one period of time could blow enough money to have a space shuttle. And they didn't do on a lot of trips because each trip was crazy expensive, risky.
But that doesn't
dangerous.
work in the time travel argument, because it would, like, the same way India has shit in space now. Like, they didn't have fucking anything. They were all like pooping
Not
and
manned
hating.
missions.
They were all fucking with that river for millions of
You build
years.
a rocket to get up there if we want to, if we had the materials. But a manned mission up there is a different scenario. Anyway, I like that. I like that they live under the sea. But what I just can't believe is real is that there's some kind of that they're coming here from another star system. I just don't believe that.
I don't see why that's less realistic than
the distances are so far. Whenever they
you have to cover the distance the other way.
They were talking about the other day, the Voyager probe is like, I think now it's technically the second fastest thing we've ever created. I think it's going 75,000 kilometers. It's not per second, per hour.
We shouldn't be able to count stuff going that fast once it's no longer useful. We should only be able to.
It radios information back on a regular.
Oh, that one still does? What's the one that like went so fast eventually that we lost it? Like
this is that one. It has come and gone because it's using like 1970s tech. It has lost contact before, and some of the systems on it have failed. But Voyager's still going. Anyway, I think it has to travel for like 50,000 years or something to get to the next star system, and it's not heading to the next star system. And it's the fastest thing we've ever done. There's also some probe we sent to the sun. It went a little bit faster, but for the sake of argument, this is one of the fastest things we've ever done.
So we're minimum, let's assume we get way better at this. We're minimum like 25,000 years from even
the nearest. I think the nearest star system is 4.5 or 5 light years away. If we went 10% the speed of light, which is 18,000 miles per second, 18,600 miles per second. If we could figure that out, and we can't, it would still take 55 years to get there. A whole human lifetime, and there's nothing there. That's not one of the good ones. Well, the star systems that we found or think we found, Earth-like planets that maybe could support life, even though most of them are way too fucking big. The gravity's too high. Those are like 500 light years away and 1,000 light years away, shit like that. So it's even if you were going at the speed of light, it's way too far to go to. You need that space folding technology from like deep sci-fi. You need that like Warhammer 40K technology, or that Star Wars technology where they go to hyperspace, some made up wave your hand and we'll go to another planet type shit. It's never going to happen.
Wormholes.
Nobody's going anywhere.
That stinks. We're never going to get to see that.
No, we're never going to another planet.
We won't even see Mars and the moon get colonized.
If we go to another planet, it'll be some sort of like crazy scenario where we take embryos on a spaceship with an ion drive and point it on a 10,000 year journey, and an AI has to like make the embryos like become little people and educate them on the starship, and they get born 10,000 years from now in orbit of a maybe it's okay planet, but probably not.
And so we're gonna have to send dozens, if not hundreds, of people to their likely death.
Like, why would we even care?
Elon says we'll be putting cities on the moon in less than 10 years.
The moon.
Elon's a pedophile, Woody.
He lied about that. He's lied about the moon. Is gay, and it stinks. No one wants to hang out on the moon. Like, why would we even want a moon base when now they're talking about Mars?
That is the worst argument ever. You're like, you know what?
Never going to Mars.
Wrong with the moon. 1, it's gay, and 2, it stinks. I'm like,
well, I was thinking about visiting a moon base, but then a podcaster I respect said that it was gay, and I don't and I don't like it.
The moon has helium-3, which is the MacGuffin that isn't a MacGuffin. It's a real thing from the not the Expanse, but
yeah. What is
what's
that
the
called?
one?
Moons? The Amazon one.
For All Mankind. For All Mankind. They're on the moon harvesting helium-3. It's going to be important for fusion energy if we ever crack fusion energy, and it's in great quantities on the moon, just ready to get. It's also the Moon, the movie with
great movie with
that's what he's there for. He's there for the
unliked by Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell's amazing.